Hello and welcome to Monday E Society. My name is Terry, and in light of April being stress awareness, I want to just make the videos throughout this month be focused more along the lines of preventing stress, preventing burnout, and checking in with our mental health and things that have helped me. So today's topic, I want to list a few habits that I've incorporated into my life, things that I still do, even on my lowest energy days, even on days that I'm not feeling very creative, I don't have a lot of energy. These are some things that I always make sure that I incorporate in my day to make sure that I am taking care of myself. So the first thing I'm going to say, and I think this is just goes across the board, checking your emails, checking social media first thing in the morning. I do not do that. I have my phone. I do check my notifications just in case there's anything, but I don't have notifications for Facebook or social media. I don't have notifications. I have to go into the app to check those. So the first thing I do is I check my phone, check the time, make sure that there's no emergencies that happened overnight, and that's it. Another thing that I do is first thing in the morning, I used to wake up and start to go through a list of things that I need to accomplish or things that I need to do throughout that day. And I could physically feel the weight started to pile on me. So I started to shift that thinking. When I would wake up in the morning, I would take a moment, open up my eyes, and start thinking to myself, I'm so grateful for this day. I'm grateful for a new Monday, a new week. If it was Friday, I'm grateful that the weekend is here. I'm grateful for my husband, my daughter, starting to list things that I'm grateful for. And it started to shift my mindset going into the day. Another thing is I'm not huge on meditating, and I definitely cannot meditate throughout the day. I try to, but meditation, it makes such a big difference when I do take the time to do it, but I don't find the time throughout the day. So when I wake up, I put both feet on the ground and close my eyes for a few seconds, and I don't think about any of the things that I need to do. I just sit there and I'm quiet for about 5 minutes. Realistically, 10 minutes is perfect because after about 5 minutes, after you've blocked out all the noise, that's when things start to come up. But if you really only have 5 minutes, 5 minutes is all it takes to listen to yourself. Sometimes I get things, it'll say like, share your voice, be creative. I will get little spurts of, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just these things that pop into my head that is more productive versus having negative thoughts pop in my head. Another thing that I do is when I wake up, before I have my coffee, before I have anything, I always have a big drink of water. I am really bad for not getting water in throughout the day. I will have a couple cups of coffee, and there were days, in the past where I would realize that I hadn't drank any water at all. I do have little reminders for myself, drink water. I always have at my desk, these are little tablets. These ones here is like a magnesium complex. My husband has ones with vitamin C. Throughout the day, I will doctor up a water where I'll put one of these tablets in there and maybe like a lemon slice at the minimum. If I have a mint plant, I will grab a couple leaves of the mint and throw it in my water, and just throughout the day, it will absorb that flavor. I do find that it really helps with my water intake. I have also started making sure that I incorporate movement in my days. When I was going through burnout, doing yoga, because I could physically feel the stress sitting here in my chest or sitting on my shoulders, and that's where I carry my stress. So when that happens, I don't want to eat anything. I will be starving, look in the fridge, and if there was nothing that I could quickly grab, I would just close the door and maybe have another cup of coffee and keep going. You could visibly see that I had lost a lot of weight to the point where it was not healthy. So I always make sure I'm incorporating movement. So as I'm feeling the burnout and the stress, I make sure that I do, for me, it was yoga. But even just taking a walk, clearing your head when you're doing those movements, you're breathing, getting the stress throughout your body. And I feel like by me incorporating that into my days, it helped me to get back on track, level myself out. Yeah, it made a huge difference. So movement. The other thing, and if you see me looking over here, it's because I do have some notes. I wanted to jot down a few things. I didn't want to just do things that sounded nice. Like these are things that I do in my days, even when I'm not feeling productive, when I just don't want to do anything. These are things that, And I don't do all of them every single day. At the very least, if I'm just taking 5 minutes for meditation, doing a quick stretch, having a walk around, and making sure that I have water, I am having a great day. And again, these things you can take or leave them. It might not be for everybody, but if you take these things and if something's not for you, incorporate something similar but works for you. I mean, the whole goal is just to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and we're checking in with our body, listening to our body, and making sure that we get what we need before we take on other people, your clients, or even your family members. We love them so much, but if we're not taking care of ourselves, then we cannot give 100% to others. I would leave you with the last thing that I make sure, as I mentioned before, with the movement, when I was hungry and I didn't have something that was readily available, I always try to make sure that I have some kind of healthy snack, something that is going to make me feel good. I'm really bad for just eating a sweet bread. I just find having some carrot sticks or some raw fruit or vegetables or something cut up, even if it's having some cheese in the fridge. And of course, this is going to be to your own preference and to your own likes, but making sure proactively when you are feeling good, cut yourself some stuff, package it, put it in the refrigerator. Even though we work from home, I think we disregard the fact that we don't have to pack a lunch. We could just make lunch at any time. But life gets busy. Sometimes a client asks to get on a call or something comes up and all of a sudden you look and it's 2, 3 o'clock and you haven't had anything for lunch. So I find that having snacks available, I recently started doing overnight oats as well. I was never an overnight oats kind of gal, but I did notice that I started to eat at a proper time for breakfast because I'll have my water and then I'll have my coffee. And after that, I'm not feeling hungry. So I did find that portioning out some overnight oats and having them in the fridge, I was grabbing it and having breakfast and it was sustaining me. And I was not reaching for something like going to the bakery and stuff like that to go get a coffee. I wasn't so inclined to have that sweetbread or to have a croissant or whatever it is. I did find that it was keeping me on track to make better decisions when it comes to eating my lunch. Those are things that have really helped me when I was going through burnout at my highest stress level. And these are things that I do on a daily basis to keep me balanced and keep that burnout away. This is part of a series that I want to dive into throughout the month of April, really keeping on top of making sure that we're getting what we need, that we're checking in with ourselves. And I really hope that these tips help you. And if you do something different or if there's something that works for you, please let me know in the comments. You can also check out any of my socials. I am Terry McWaters on all of my socials. I would love to get the conversation going to help others who might be going through this as well. So I will see you in the next video and thank you so much for being here.